Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 77. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. So, we're going to get right into tonight's show because I have a lot to talk about. I be feeling like sometimes I need to do two shows but I just don't feel like I have enough time to do it yet. Like, I really be rushing into getting here to even do it on Wednesday. Like, I come straight from Amir's therapy, it have to come right in and hurry up and get ready. So I my week is like super packed, but I do feel like that. Maybe that could be a goal. Um, so thank everybody for tuning in. My new guests, returning guests. Thank you guys a lot. And if you're new to the show, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Um, I'll let my guest introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. It's Madam. Welcome to the show, and thank you to everybody for tuning in every week.
Yes. Okay, so we'll get right into things because I have a lot to talk about today. First, I want to say again, happy birthday to the Pisces. I forgot last week the people closest to me birthday. So happy birthday to the Pisces. First I have, why is it only one? My brother Ernie, he will be 55 tomorrow. And then I also have my cousin, which I don't know why her picture didn't come up on here. Hold on. And I don't want to mess it up. But happy birthday to my cousin Brittany. It's her birthday tomorrow too. I'll make sure I just put it up in there when
So
it comes
I
because I
don't
don't.
know why it didn't.
Oop, and there go an echo. Why it didn't come on? So happy birthday to my brother Ernie, turning 55 tomorrow, and my cousin Brittany. Happy birthday to you Pisces out there. And we'll get right into everything that's going on. So, rest in peace to Angie Stone on March 1st, which was Monday. Well, no, that wasn't Monday, Saturday. I'm all over the place. Um, we lost Angie Stone. She had an accident. She was leaving a concert that she had did in Alabama, and she was actually on her way back to Atlanta in the SUV, well, the Sprinter truck that she was in. Oh, let me take that off. I'm seeing me three times. Hold on, everybody. Technical difficulty. Um, the Sprinter bus that she was in actually flipped over, and once it had flipped over, a 18 wheeler actually hit it after that, and she was the only one that lost her life on the Sprinter bus. They said she was thrown from the bus, but she did not have on her seatbelt. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Angie Stone for with that and her family that has to go through that and live through all this stuff because stuff like this, is televised more. So it's hurtful for the family. So rest in peace to Angie Stone. Another thing that happened this weekend was the blackout on Friday. So did all you guys participate in the blackout? If you did, say yes in the comments. If you didn't, say no. Or if you wasn't able to, because it was hard for a lot of people to participate. What
Really?
did how did you do? Yeah, it was a lot of people. It was hard for them because I think that's days that they just think Fridays is a lot of days that people get paid, and you know they used to eating out or just going to go grab something to eat. So a lot of people really didn't prepare themselves properly. Were you able to do it okay?
I went out the day before and did all of my errands, got gas, like all that kind of stuff, and then everything else I put off till Saturday.
Okay, that's good. And for me, it wasn't that hard for me because the day before I make my breakfast at home anyways, and then for lunch I usually eat salads, but I had forgot to buy me a salad. But that night before, I had went to Wendy's and got a chili, and I just got two chilies. So I ate the chili for lunch the next day, and then for dinner, I just made something that I had in the freezer, like some taquitos or something like that, like something real simple. But it wasn't that hard for me either. But it could have been hard, but I already knew. I was like, it's bigger. What we try to do is bigger, so I could sacrifice. Even if I would have went to bed hungry, I would have sacrificed being hungry. So it wasn't that bad for me.
Okay.
So a lot of people want to know, did the one day or the 24-hour boycott actually do anything? And it did a little something. I was saying before that I felt like I think it needs to be longer. And I think a weekend would make it the best because that's the time when people spend the most on the weekends. Even though we do order a lot of times, I think that us a weekend one would do the most damage to everything. So I barely found this today because I have been looking for it for a while. So they said it helped a little bit. They said Target was down 1%. It went from 4.7 million compared to the previous Friday, what was 4.8 million, and traffic on the Target app was down 10.9%.
Awesome.
3.5 million users compared to the 3.9 the previous Friday. Walmart traffic was down 6.5%, which was 11.2 million compared to the previous Friday, which was 11.9 million. Target app was also down 2.5%, which was 3.6 million compared to the 3.9 million. Amazon web traffic was down 4.6% from 65.9 million. 65.9 million compared to the 69.1 million. What else? Who else did they do? Oh, I think that was it. So it did help a little bit. It did help a little bit.
A little bit. That's a lot.
I know, but people be saying it didn't really do nothing. Oh, Costco has some extra support from their consumers after the board of the directors voted down. So they saw an increase. Theirs went from they had an 8.3 increase on the website traffic compared which to the week before. So they had 2.9 million compared to the week before, which was 1.3 million. So it really did do something. It's better, like I told people, it's better than nothing at all. Like we have to start somewhere. So when people said, oh, that didn't really do nothing, that didn't really do nothing, it did a little bit. It did a little bit. And I think if we keep going and going strong, that we could really make a mark doing that. So next time, you guys, we gotta keep going strong. I honestly, which way do you think? Because they have another one coming up too. Pastor Jamal Bryant, he's also saying that he wants us to start a 40-day fast from Target, which I'm like, well, we already been having a fast from Target because that's been going on since January.
Diversity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he said he wanted us to have a 40-day fast from Target also. But I was like, to keep it 100, and even though I love Walmart and stuff, they need to do it to Walmart because Walmart been slipping under the rug. Like everybody been so hell-bent over being not going to Target, they forgot about Walmart. And for me, that would be hard because I actually still go to Walmart a lot. And they said Walmart and Amazon. Amazon also has one that's coming up, and I think it's supposed to be like the 14th through the 17th or something. We not supposed to shop on Amazon?
No, the 7th. It starts the 7th.
Oh, the 7th to what, Asia?
I could look at the thing. Hold on. I know that it was several dates for all of them. Keep talking while I look it up.
Okay, so yeah, we have a few more boycotts coming up that we need to really make sure that we be a part of. And I know it's hard for us not to order from Amazon, but he almost the main person we need to not support. He's the main one, but he's made it so easy for us, and I won't say we so lazy now. We used to just ordering stuff online and not getting up and going to the store. So that's why Amazon is as big as it is. So yeah, Shatia said that's gonna be hard for me. I love Amazon, but I think we can do it. I think it's for like 4 days, or it might be for a week, 5 days. I don't think it was 7 days, but that's what I said. That's gonna be hard for us because we so used to going on that app. But honestly, I wish a Black person would make a Black app just the same way where we can shop that way. But the way they do things, they'll make it to where that person won't make it. But Asia's gonna look that up and then let us know. Shatia was one of the people. Shatia, how did you do in the on Friday? Let us know in the comments.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I got kicked out. I got the schedule. So, March 7th through the 14th is protest for Amazon. No buying for Amazon for 1 week. And then Friday, March 14th is no work for 24 hours. All workers, all businesses, and all higher education organizations.
So we supposed to call off?
Yep. National Strike Day.
Dang. I wish they would have did that on the 13th. Because I got to go to court on the 13th.
Oh my gosh.
I got to go to court on the 13th. Dang. Well, so who going to participate in that? Y'all let us know. Okay, going on to the next thing because I don't want to be really going super over today. I know people be staying up to watch. So on this day, you know, we said we were still going to do Black History Facts on Asia's platform. She doing it. And, you know, I said I was still going to do it too because we have so many Black History Facts that we do not know and just think they're trying to take it, erase all of our Black history. We need to make sure we keep it out and alive. Tia said I did good until I got me and the kids some Jack in the Box. Yeah, she gonna call me like she was just doing something good. Type of, I thought it was I didn't think it was Jack in the Box. I said Shatia, it was all major corporations. Jack in the Box is a major corporation.
I don't know.
I said you don't. I'm like, you didn't have it ain't no Black. You live in Houston. I know that restaurants everywhere where y'all could have went, but she was already in the Jack in the Box line. So I was like, girl, I mean, you did do good because she called me the day before and was like, I got my gas and everything. So I was like, oh, Tia, you doing good. She called me while she was in the Jack in the Box line. I said, girl.
At least it wasn't a major one or McDonald's or KFC.
That's what she was saying. You said McDonald's and all that. I said, well, you tried.
It was supposed to be nothing, but
yeah, it was like 9:00. So she still did. She did 80%.
Look, 9:00 is what time on the West Coast or the East Coast?
9:00 on the East Coast is 12:00. So she would have made it.
Right. Oh man. Well, she did as best as she could. Glory.
Hold on, because this is my mom. Hold on, really.
Okay. Guys, we don't have elevator music. So don't forget, let me repeat what we just said. On Amazon Day is coming up and it is going to be on, Jesus, sorry, y'all. I got a lot of stuff in my phone. I'm trying to use this one. It is March 7th through the 14th for Amazon. We're not supposed to buy them, we're supposed to protest. And then the second one is March 14th, National Strike Day, calling off of work. So you can call, you are welcome. You can call off for, you can call off and use your sick time. You can use your kid time. You can use, well, that's
mental health.
Mental health. That's why you can use your sick time instead of using PTO. But to get paid, you will have to use something that correlates with a pay code. Otherwise, take it off and take one for the team. So what you might have to sit in the dark.
Explain. That's what she was calling for. She wants you to explain why we are not supposed to, why we are boycotting these places. Mommy, that's what she called for. So please explain to her.
I'm going to meet both of our mothers to get it together. We're doing live, okay? And we cannot be taking calls, texts, and emails.
She's a call
But
because she can't type. But okay,
mom be doing that too, and I'll be like, listen, player. The reason why we are protesting these things is similar to it's a boycott. A boycott is to show the impact of what happens if we do not do these things, what the impact to the economy, the community, a business will be if we do not show up for these things. Here's one thing I could say. Even in being out on the last blackout date that we had, traffic was lighter. I didn't see a lot of people in drive-throughs. When I did pass by places, some people actually that work in service did not go to work that day. So you actually saw them not going in and participating in that scope as well. So I did see that, and it was nice to see it because I did have to go out for a funeral that day, and it wasn't a lot of people out that looked like us.
So that's why, mommy, we're trying to show them that the Black dollar really counts. And when we don't support or go out and purchase, what impact it makes on the economy. So that's why we're both boycotting everything. So I'll keep you informed, mommy, so you won't be on asking us to buy you something from Amazon. Okay, so now our Black history fact, like I said, they want to erase all of our Black history, and we can't let them do that. So on this day in Black history, March 5th, 1959. So on March 5th, 1959, 69 African-American boys ages 13 to 17 were padlocked in their dormitory for the night at a Negro boys institution school in Wrightsville. Around 4 a.m., a fire started, forcing the boys to fight and claw their way out of the burning building. The old rundown and low-funded facility just 15 minutes south of Little Rock housed 69 teens from the ages of 13 to 17. Most of them were either homeless or incarcerated for petty crimes such as doing pranks. 48 of the boys managed to escape the fire. The doors were locked from the outside, and the fire was ignited on a cold, wet morning following early thunderstorms in the same area of Royal County. The horrific event brought attention to the conditions in which the boys lived. All boys slept in a space barely big enough for them to move around, and they're 1 foot apart from another. In the bathrooms was a bucket at the corner where they had to defecate. So that happened in 1959. And we be trying to tell people that was not long ago.
My mom was already born.
My mom was already born too.
She was just born, but
my mom was born in 1944. So my mom was already born too. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of stuff that happened, it wasn't that long ago. So that happened on May 5th, 1959. And a lot of people probably didn't know about that because I didn't even know about that. So like we said, we'll have Black History Facts every week, so we can keep it alive. So next, I want to get into this HBCU. Did y'all hear about this last week when a boy, they said he just fell out while he was doing his, what is it called, Asia, when you do the things to be in the fraternities?
Oh, pledging.
He was pledging. So what they said before was he just collapsed out of nowhere while he was in the line pledging. 20 years old. Now the truth came out. That's why, okay, let me just read the story first. So more information is being released about the tragic passing of Southern University student Caleb Wilson. When the story first broke, it was reported that Wilson and other Omega Psi Phi pledge were at a local park in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, standing in line during a frat routro when Wilson collapsed. Now, according to WAFB, That was a lie created by the people who were actually there to hide the true nature of Caleb's unaliving. Sources let it be known that allegedly what happened that night of Caleb's passing, apparently Caleb and 9 other pledges were allegedly at an abandoned warehouse during the frat ritual, not at a local park like previous reported. While the warehouse, the pledges were allegedly being punched in their chest as all stood in a line below. When Caleb was punched, he collapsed on the ground and allegedly started having a seizure. That's when they rushed him to the hospital and pronounced him unalive. After the frat brothers learned of Caleb's unfortunate unalivement, they all allegedly met up at an undisclosed location to discuss and come up with a story to hide how he really did pass away. Here's where they decided to say that they were at a park, not at an abandoned warehouse. The sources claimed that there were multiple people responsible for the incident, but not all of them have the same level of involvement. The autopsy has not came out yet, and nobody has been arrested. So my question to you guys, do y'all think that they should stop doing these rituals for you to be able to be in a fraternity? Like, I'm not a part of no D9. Asia is, so I'll let her explain everything. But I feel like you shouldn't have to do all that to be a part of it. And I feel like it's mean and evil. Like, why do you have to do that if this is supposed to be a brotherhood for the rest of your life? I just feel like that's unacceptable. And I think that everybody that was there should be in jail, period, point blank. How do you feel about it, Asia, since you are a part of D9?
Well, first, I have to correct you. On what planet do you think that those are rituals that are okay?
Let's start. What?
Why would you ever believe that those rituals are okay? That they're
I know, I said they wasn't okay.
Right, but you just, no. What you just said was, I don't think you should do this to be a part of the fraternity. That's not a part of the fraternity. It's not a part of any of it. That's why you get in trouble for it. You're not supposed to do that.
So they do get in trouble for that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. There is a public list that you can look at that shows you. So when you go to different college campuses, there's a reason why you may see some fraternities, some sororities, and they're not all there. Aside from the fact that if one has not been chartered there, if there was one there before and it disappears because when something like this happens, because this person passed, they'll probably be on a blacklist for 5 to 10 years, meaning they cannot have another line, meaning everybody that was on that line, unfortunately, whether they participated or not, because those people behave that way, they took that whole opportunity away from every single person on that line. So think about you sending your child to that school because they specifically wanted to do that thing and be a legacy for your family. And now nowhere on the campus is that going to be. So you literally just took something. Do you really think that's okay? You just took it away. It cannot be there again. There are public lists for this that will show you which schools are on this particular list, and it will show you which fraternities, which sororities, and it will actually identify every single thing that was done to include names. So no, none of that is not okay. Just like the big scandal with AKA maybe at the beginning of COVID with the counselor, the leader for the actual girls that come in and go online, was having the girls be escorts. And there were pastors.
I didn't remember that.
There were pastors, senators, preachers, educators, all kind of people involved. It was about 11, and they named them all, and they were put in jail too. And then she was on trial, and anybody around her as well. So all 20-something people that were online, even if they were not involved, it wipes out the whole line. So it takes out the whole thing, and then criminal charges happen because of it. But then as well, the school can't.
Okay, so that's why I let you talk, because I thought that everybody had to go through that.
It's called hazing.
Hazing. I was just about to say hazing. I thought everybody had to go through hazing, and that's why I was like, why would I even want to be a part of something And like I said, and that's supposed to be.
On what planet do you think I will let somebody do some shit like that to me?
Girl, I'm like, that's
Girl,
that's
no.
crazy. Okay,
Doesn't
so now
happen.
we all
Yeah,
know
people are mean. People are
they
evil.
not,
But it
yeah,
happens on cheerleading teams. It happens on football teams. It happens everywhere. There are mean people.
and I think for the most part, people that have never been a part of D9 or nothing, or have never had a family that's been a part, I think all of us think that they have to go through hazing because that's the way it makes it seem like. So now we know you don't have to go through hazing, and I hope everybody that was a part of that go to jail.
It's very illegal. And it's very sad because if there were other they call them neos. If there's other neos on the line that was there but didn't participate but was too scared to say something, they could sometimes be implicated as well. And I think that's the part that's also unfair because it could be 3 out of a whole line of 100. It could be 3. It could be that you called them to your dorm room and took them away. And then when you pledge later, it could be you called them to your apartment. You can't even make us cook for you. You can't even, it's certain things you literally can't do anymore. Is there a process? It is. Is it anything that's abusive? No. And especially nothing like that. But yeah, Santa Barbara just had a big case where they was making the girls leave at midnight from Santa Barbara and
I
drive
seen that, and one of
to
the girls
Venice
passed
Beach.
away. Yeah,
And one of the girls passed away from an accident. They made them stay there till 5 a.m. and then drive back at 5 to be on time for class and to make the girls breakfast. And those girls did it. My Sora's daughter was on that the line right before that because we called her like, are you a part of this? Are you doing this? Are you crazy? But it was AKA, but still, that was her daughter. So we going in. But nope, this kind of stuff is really illegal. Now in Miss Barnes' day, they did it and it wasn't illegal, but not anymore.
Okay, so prayers go out to his family because I'm like, they gotta stop all this hazing stuff.
They do.
Okay. In other news, this was another thing that was so sad, and it was crazy because I had just seen this story the night before, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so sweet." So this young man, this was at a daddy-daughter donut Valentine's Day, and this is the little girl and her friend. The little friend, the white little girl, her father wasn't able to come because something. So the little black girl, her daddy was like, the little white girl could come with them. And you could see on there, they took pictures together, everything. The little girl was so happy that she was still able to go. That was literally on Valentine's Day. What day was that? This week on Monday, him and his daughter was unalived. Him and that same little girl was unalived. Don't nobody know. They just found the people that did it, but they were at a car wash. They were at a car wash, and 2 black male victims. Well, I don't want to call them victims. 2 black male
thugs.
Thank you, because I was trying to think of a thug.
Nice way to say it.
Went up to his car. He was cleaning his dashboard off, and they start banging in the car. And so he ran out of the. I was not gonna put that video up because the video is circulating around now. The daddy ran out of the car and started running. To me, I feel like he did that so they could stop banging in the car because he knew his daughter was in there. So he started running away from the car, and it was like they said 20 to 30 shots. And on the video, if you see it, it really was. So
that was an execution.
Girl, it was so sad to even just see that stuff, see the video. I was like, it was caught on video? So sad. It was all, you could see him, you could see them chasing him down and then him getting away, but he just falls to the ground. The little girl was already in the car. She had already just passed away. So it says, this is so sad. A popular Texas rapper and his 5-year-old were bang down today, leaving their family devastated. According to Fox 4 News, the banging took place short after 11 a.m. at Slappy's Car Wash on the Forest Hill Drive. As of now, the motive of the bang is unknown, but the family member did identify 2 at the scene. His name was Little Ronnie and his daughter. The grandma also gave a statement. He was a rapper. He didn't bother anybody. He didn't target anybody. He was a family man and he was going around rapping. Okay, why would you target him?
Right.
So they actually have found the two men that had did it, and they were only 20 and 23.
Blood of Jesus.
Throwing your whole life away. And I did see on YouTube later on today that they said it was because somebody that the rapper used to kick it with, they just stopped hanging around each other, and I guess he got mad. So, but that so it
Wow.
was a setup because it had to be somebody that would know where he was at to say
Right.
that he was there, and then you just did that to him and his daughter. And I feel like even if you wanted to do that to him, once you seen that the daughter was in the car, that should have been off limits.
They
Like
probably
at
didn't
that
see
point,
Rosa.
yeah, like that should be off limits. I feel like if they family wanted to come back and retaliate and get their whole family, I wouldn't even feel bad because y'all did not care about that little girl in there. 5, she just turned 5 the day before that. So we black people, we have to do better out there. Like we really have to do better. Y'all be talking about Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. Do they really matter? Because we are the ones killing each other.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking today because I was listening to a show, Breakbeat Media, and it was a girl on there who 2 months just came up of her losing her son. Her baby
Mm-hmm.
daddy, she didn't want her baby daddy no more. He came over. The son, 4 years old, was like, Dad, can you just please leave? Because he was acting up. And the dad said, if I leave, we all leaving. So he pulled out his pow pow and turned it on the 1 year old daughter. Sorry, first the mom. First the mom. She took off running and ran upstairs. And they showed a picture, and it was a thing this big. But she's a mom, so she got this energy. She ran to the neighbor. Neighbor called 911 and locked her in the house. They heard another one, but they thinking with another one it was him. So the lady was like, I can't let you out because I have kids. What if he run up here? You know, he we got to see what happens. So then they heard another one. She started freaking out, and they heard one more. 1 year old and the 4 year old. When the police finally got there, the 4 year old passed. So the lady was young, was doing an interview. The police had been there earlier in the day, but because he had one piece of mail that came there, Philadelphia talking about they couldn't
Yep,
put him
they do
out.
that.
They couldn't put him out. That man said in Philadelphia, in PA, they're only 16% Black women. Of those 16%, 55% have experienced bad domestic violence, and they keep getting unalived there. So the family, not even, so he was like, well, how was the family acting or whatever? Oh, and he lived. Only the son passed. He lived. So they went to the funeral, but they didn't speak to her. Only 25 of them came. They didn't speak to her, and they've been talking bad about her son. A 4 year old, what could you be saying? So I'm sitting in a car. Y'all know I'm crying as a basket case, but I'm thinking, I would be so embarrassed if that was my family member that just did that to women. What can we do? Maybe we should start making kids in high school get there. Like it should be a part of graduating that you have to get therapy. We need more therapists or something because something ain't working in that bridge. You know, you don't like something, so you want to unalive somebody. Apparently, these rappers probably jealous of this rapper, so you want to unalive him. Men get upset if you say no. You at the gas pump yesterday, and somebody walk up on you. What is wrong with these men that they're behaving this way, and it's taking innocent people out, and they don't care about kids no more? Maybe we should start making people get therapy. And who's raising these people? Like, I don't understand. It's all men. Have you noticed that it's all men? Jealousy, no, or greed and envy.
It's just bad. That's why I'm saying they talk about Black Lives Matter, but do they really matter? Because we out there taking each other's lives. Like it's just too bad. Like We gotta
every day.
we have to raise our sons better. Like this is ridiculous.
Because
And
something's
it's just like
wrong.
they don't, this generation right here is just out of control. They're out of control. So two people lost their life for nothing, but then that little 5-year-old girl, like I said, that should have been off limits. Wholeheartedly, that should have been off limits. And if they family go back and retaliate, I wouldn't feel no ways tired.
But not to the family, just
They didn't care about her. I feel like with stuff like that, they
but
didn't care
when
about
we the one, but Ro, just think if that was one of our babies and our baby dad did something stupid, we the ones that's gonna have to live with losing our baby. I think that we got to go back to the old way of whoever signed up to be in that life is the one impacted. We can't if we
and that's what's like Charles, whatever his name is, and was like, unfortunately, and I didn't like that he said that, but he was like, unfortunately, the little girl had to lose her life for the daddy, or he was saying that the daddy lost his life for the sins of his daddy. So basically saying that, I was like, what the hell? Like,
I mean, that is a verse in the Bible, but
it is a verse in the
like
Bible.
that ain't the time to say it. I mean,
exactly.
Because you got two parents. What if the mother's a really good mother? So no matter what we do, if we get with somebody that's a bad person, our children, blood of Jesus, that's a lie.
Yeah, Alondra said the signs of the times, unfortunately. This is a sign of the times.
It is.
Rest in peace to both of them. So let me get to the next one. I just seen this today. So remember we talked about the girl that her two kids
yeah
passed away because they thought it was because they froze to they.
What do you mean thought?
That's not why. The autopsy came back. Carbon monoxide.
Oh, from the car being on.
Yep.
So
but
still
I was thinking that.
So it's still along the same lines. Okay, I thought it was going to be
but I didn't think it was carbon monoxide because they were in an open area. They was in a garage, but it wasn't like they was in a closed-in garage. They was at Hollywood Casino. So they drove into that. Still to me like an open, unless theirs is closed in. Now carbon monoxide, I could see if I drove in my garage and I put my garage door down and I kept my car on. But being in an open area like that, I didn't think that they would pass away from that. But they said,
I wonder if it's different if it's really cold or something, or if they was in a corner or
like somewhere where it was blocked in. Because
where it like pumped it back.
Yeah, remember I had said that. I said if it was that many people in that car, it don't seem like they should have passed away from freezing to death because you have all that body heat. Remember I said that.
You did.
I said that. So when I seen that today, I said, wow, like I didn't think that it would have been that because most garages are open areas, but the autopsies come back and that's what they said it was.
Well, we just learned something new, which is very good because I have a horrible habit. Even when I'm away, I'll sit in the garage and talk to y'all because before I go in the house, like if it's something confidential, even if it's just my husband in the house, I don't pillow talk with my husband with y'all business. So I will sit outside sometimes. So that's good to know that can still hurt you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But I said maybe it was carbon monoxide.
How did y'all guess that?
I thought it was I thought that it was because they was in that cold. I never would have thought that because it was an open area.
So you didn't think that. Alondra, how did you think that?
Alondra, what made you think that and you knew it was an open area? They was in an open garage.
No ventilation in that car to keep them warm. So it probably circled back in the car or coming out of coming out. Hey, is that why they say, the buttons we have in our car and the one that circulates the air from the outside?
Yeah, probably.
I heard a safety tip on using that, so I cut it on in my car. Is that why, Alondra? Because I can't remember why I heard it, but I remembered hearing it, so I cut it on in my car.
Yeah, now we learned something new because when I seen that today, I was like, oh, I gotta let this be known because I just never thought it was that because they was in an open area. So that's what they said that those kids passed away from. So our thoughts and prayers still go out to that parent because that's still a lot. And now y'all can stop blaming her because she was trying to keep them warm. So
stop blaming her, period.
Yeah. Like y'all, social media really gets on my nerves a lot of
It
times.
makes
The
me sick
chemicals
to my
came.
stomach
Oh, she said the chemicals came out the vent.
out the vent. So it is if they came back into the car.
Oh, okay. So that was that. This is the next thing I want to talk about. I just had to talk about this too because it was just really silly to me. So this girl said that she is about to sue her school district because when she graduated, she didn't know how to read or write. And I thought I had did it. So she said that she didn't know how to read or write. She graduated from high school with honors. With honors, and she did not know how to read or write. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that she should be suing the school district? My thing is, where was your mama at? Amir is 6 years old. He knew how to read at 3, which that was just him. But now, if he was like a regular child that didn't know how to read, I would already be like, okay, he's having a problem. But your child is a senior and graduated, and she still don't know how to read or write. Now, but then why would you wait to say something now? Why would you wait to say something now? And then some people were saying like, why she did her? What was her mama at? She said her mama didn't speak English. Well, your mama still knew you didn't know how to read. So why didn't y'all say nothing while you were in high school or even before that? Because you should have been knew how to read or write before high school. Why would you wait until after you graduated and feel like you should be able to sue somebody? So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that she has a case where she could sue the school district, or she should just chunk that up, take that L? Like, girl, you should have said something way before now.
I have something to say. You know, sometimes people get away with things in high school, or they do things that they think are cute, and it's all fun and games. And then years later, they come back. Sound familiar? They come back and say, oh my gosh, this happened to me. And there's no way to prove it. These people probably can't defend themselves, but I know that this is an easy, frivolous lawsuit. So if I just have a couple of things I can say that will align, then I'll probably get a nice little check. Because here's the thing, you little scoundrel, you probably cheated your way through, and they probably didn't know that you couldn't read because you were a good con artist, similar to what you're doing now. You know, behaviors show up later. You probably cheated off of somebody and did things like that so that you could pass the classes. So how would the teachers be aware if you're cheating and doing those things? But I'm sure you won't say that now. You won't say how you actually were able to accomplish that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You know, like
Okay.
when people say things and it's not all the way true.
Okay, Candace said that's a scam, I feel, because how was you moving forward in school not knowing how to read or write? That's what I'm saying. Well, how was you able to keep going from this grade to this grade? And some people was like blame it on the Bush administration, no kid left behind.
But that stops in high school. Once you get to high school, you have to get your grades. Here's the sad thing,
you
though.
That's true.
A fail is different than a D. You could go through with having all D's. It's up to your parent to keep you behind if you have all of those D's. But you weren't exactly raising your hand saying, "Hey, I need tutoring. Hey, I need more help."
They're still passing me. Exactly.
That part right there.
Was she an athlete? No, she wasn't an athlete, Alondra. No,
I was thinking that too, Alondra. That was kind of an athlete. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's looking for a settlement. That's what they all look for, Candace. But
it's really big these days, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going to get into it, though.
Not at all.
We're not going to.
I know nothing about. I'm simply talking about what you just asked me.
But that it's just a scam. They're trying to get a settlement. But
absolutely.
Even if I was a lawyer, I wouldn't even take that case because I would have been like, "Why your mama didn't say nothing years ago? While you were in elementary, your mama should have said something. Why would you wait until after you're graduated with honors, girl? Come on now, like what was that? That just literally makes no sense to me." Alondra says she needs to enroll her in classes and learn how to read. She do. She can enroll her own self in classes now. She's an adult.
Right.
So go to college and get some classes. Like it should be no way that she should not win.
She probably lying.
I'm gonna be too through.
She probably was texting and everything. So if somebody could just show one text that she sent or something like that, that's gonna debunk her story.
But just think how long we've been doing talk text.
But how do you read it to make sure that it's what you wanted it to say?
That is true. Look, I'm like, that is true. So, ma'am, you do not have a valid point here. Any judge that grants her a settlement or anything, they must gonna get some of the money too. Cause it ain't no way. It's no way.
I don't think so.
It's no way in this world. It's no way in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was my hot topics, and I could have went on and on, but y'all know I be saying I'm trying to do better. I know I be having a lot, but it be so much to talk about.
It's a lot.
It do be a lot.
And those were good.
About. Huh?
I said those were good. I didn't know about that one.
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to get into the main topic, and make sure everybody that's watching to like, share, and subscribe if you're liking it. So the main topic that we're going to get into tonight is relationships are not really ever 50-50. Do you guys agree with me on that in the chat? Let me know if you guys agree that relationships are never really 50-50. I don't think that they are. People might say it's 50-50 because you won half with bills or anything, but it's still one person that's doing more than the other person. I don't ever think that it is 50-50. But this is the story that I have for tonight. So, well, Asia, let me know if you feel like everything is 50-50.
No.
Why not?
Because it's always one person that's doing more. It really is. And it's typically the woman.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
never.
Typically the woman.
Candace said
financially,
no,
yeah,
never
but
50-50.
Not
and never 50-50.
I would rather be 50-50 in the household stuff, all the other stuff, and have a different, if I had to choose between, I'd much rather have help. Yeah, it's not 50-50. I will say that my husband is close to it though. I'll say that. He does a lot.
That's
he
good.
cooks, he cleans, he washes clothes. If he get home before me, when I did work outside of the house, he would cook. He does all of those things. So I don't have a problem with it. But because he works far away and doesn't come home that much, it's not 50-50 because he's not here. So I have to do a lot more of the stuff. So it becomes that way for different reasons.
Alondra said, I don't agree with that 50-50. They should be 100-100. Yeah,
Right.
in a perfect world, I think so. Okay, so we're going to get into this story. Story time.
We love your stories.
Okay, so boom. Me and TC got married. We agreed to split everything 50-50, bills, groceries, and even rent. He, keep in mind,
Okay.
He found us a nice little spot for $2,000 a month. Every month I gave him $1,000 like clockwork, trusting that my husband was handling the business like he said he was. For 2 whole years, I thought life was good. I was paying my half. We were living a cute little apartment with no issues. Then one random night in December, my whole world flipped. I got stuck in the elevator with one of my neighbors. We chopped it up, killing time, and out of nowhere, she hits me with, "Oh, you live in Miss Lori and TC's apartment." And that's when our whole world went upside down.
Why?
So my question is, do y'all feel that she has a right to be angry? She divorced him after this.
Who is, I don't understand. What just happened?
Okay, so the husband that she married said he found them a place to live.
Okay.
2 years into it, after she's been going 50-50 with her, she got stuck in the elevator with with her neighbor. She said, "Oh, you live in TC." TC is her husband. TC in Loretta's apartment.
Who is Loretta?
His mama.
Is the mama living there? Are they subletting?
No, that's his and his mama's property. So he made it seem like he found a place for them to live all alone. That's him and his mom.
Oh, the property. Well, what you said apartment, I didn't think property apartment. I'm sorry.
That's
The
their apartment.
property.
You know they'll say condo.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we call it condo. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't get it. I was like, okay, they subletting. Sorry. Would I
no,
be
that's
mad?
the husband's and the mama's property, and she's
Okay.
been paying $1,000 a month. And he. So my thing is to you guys: do you feel like the husband that she was rightfully
Angry?
okay
Yes, because there's
with?
deception. Because even if I moved into one of my family members' property, it may not be paid off yet. So there may be a mortgage that we pay.
Have to pay.
But you should tell me that that's what we're doing, because essentially now I'm helping you pay off you and your mama's place, and you will prolong us moving out and getting something. You're attached to your mom. Why wouldn't you tell me that that's what we're paying for? Or there's no mortgage and you're taking this money and you're covering you and your mom. What about me? Why? Yeah,
So
that's just definitely no.
exactly. So in the comments, do you feel like he was wrong for doing that? Or do you feel like he was okay with lying to her and said that he found a place when it was really his and his mama's apartment anyways? I feel like he was wrong, and I feel like if you're gonna lie to me about some little stuff like that, you're gonna lie about everything. So
That's actually really big.
Yeah, that's really big. Like you
Well,
could have said,
you're right. It's small if you would have just told me. It's big because you didn't, and it's so many underlying things. You're right. You're right.
You could have said that
You're
you
right.
have property that you and your mama own,
And we
that
could
y'all
take
could
over.
live there. But you're like, come on, you sit up there and lie to me, and I'm paying $1,000 a month, and you reaping the benefits of that. You probably don't even got to pay nothing on it. And even if she did, it probably wasn't that much because they marked everything up. So she probably was just paying the mortgage
off their property.
And so she filed for divorce from him, and he felt like she was wrong for that.
You chose your mom. Why would I stay with you? You chose your mom in a lifelong commitment. If something were to happen, I would never know that was your place, and your mom could just come in and tell me to leave, or send somebody else in, like a property manager. You could swindle me. Why are you doing this? Why did you feel the need to do
wrong? Like if you lied over, that's what I'm saying. If you lied over something like that, then I'm not gonna trust you.
And your mama been in my face lying to bro. You know how I feel about that. So
I would have like F all y'all.
Like, you know how I feel about that.
Your mama and your whole family at that point.
If you gonna choose your mama, go be with your mama. Come back when you ready. Yeah, that's a no for me. That's cold.
Because I mean, he was trying to get them a spot, and maybe they can transfer the deed into the wife's name. I don't know. I need more details. Okay, Candace, but let me see.
If they were going to do that, they would have presented it that way.
They would have presented it that way. He lied and said he found a place. He lied and said he found a place for him and his wife all along, he knowing that it's him and his mom's property. So and he was lying. He was lying. That's you and your mom's property. And you made it seem like you just found a place for you and your wife to live when all along it was you and your mom's property. That's wrong.
And you never told the truth. If the neighbor would not have said anything, you would, I can't see nothing. You married me. It's not like we're engaged or dating. Once you become engaged with somebody, I think that's when you're supposed to lay it all out on the table. So anything after that, if you can't tell me the whole truth, then you don't trust me enough to be your wife, or you trying to get over on me. It's either one of the two, and that means you're not my person. So no.
So he said he was wrong for deceiving her. I feel so too. I feel that way too. Candace said, "Okay, I see 2 years." Well, yeah. So what else is he lying about?
Right.
If he did that, you lying about everything.
And what was the underlying purpose? What was you trying to do? Get me to pay off this property for you and your mom so y'all can have equity and money. But what about me?
Because you could have easily said that was y'all property and this is our property. We can move in here and X, Y, and Z. You could have just said that, but you lied.
Absolutely.
You lied. He was writing for he was writing for lying.
He was
Oh, he
wrong
was
for lying to
wrong.
her.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to read it to it. He
Me
was
too.
wrong for lying to her. Yeah, so that in scenarios like this, I feel like a person that lies over stuff like this, I would never be able to trust you. Me, once you lie to me like that, I'm not. Once I don't trust you no more, it's a wrap. Like, I don't care. Once I don't trust you, it's a whole wrap for me.
How
Some
did
people
y'all
can
sit in
forgive,
my face and lie to me for 2 years like that? Was y'all laughing at me? Was I a joke? Was you trying to use
girl.
me?
I'm telling you, I would
How
be
much
cutting
more
me
did
up.
you have to lie about? Because you had to pay the property taxes. You have to get stuff fixed. Did they do any upgrades? When the mama came over, she acting like, oh, I like y'all place. But it's really her place. Like, think of all the times that you're going to feel like somebody was like doing something to you in your face. It doesn't feel good. I don't think I could.
Yeah. So and just think, going on to another interview I seen today with Portia. Portia said that was the same reason why she got a divorce from Simon.
In
And
which
Portia is one of the housewives, and she said that was a reason why she divorced Simon, because he was lying to her. And she said she really didn't even want to divorce him. She just said she was going to divorce him so he could tell the truth. She really didn't want to divorce him. She thought that if she told him, "Oh, I'm going to divorce you," that would make him tell the truth. He still never told the truth.
and
Now,
she
in they
still was
situation,
wrong about it, how she handled it. But I
you think
do it.
he was wrong away?
Absolutely. You don't play games in marriage. You cannot get mad at one person for doing something and match it. That's not what marriage is. It's not tit for tat. If you have an issue and you found out, you go straight to them and you tell them what the hell you found out. Because here's the thing, a liar will still even lie with that. Girl, you could be like, I see it right here, and they will still lie. You know, if you tell them everything, at least you know you did your part and effectively communicated as an adult and as a spouse. Then if they don't, then fine. But why are you playing? That's now you matching a game for a game and you lost. Now look at how everything exploded, because if you would have just went straight in, you could have did like this woman. Okay, you lied, I'm divorcing you. Clean cut, no tit for tat. You allowed this childish behavior into your life, and now look at what Simon is doing back and forth. But you started it with the game. Don't play a game with your marriage. If that's not what you wanted to do, which we said she probably didn't want to, why didn't you just
Yeah,
go
I would
in
have just
straight?
said, if you don't tell me the truth, we ain't gonna make it in this
And,
marriage.
and,
Like,
and, and that's
just
it
tell it.
right there.
So
That's
that's
it.
the thing. That's why I said everything is not, to me, no relationship is 50-50. Because even in that case, who was getting more out of it, Simon or Portia?
But look at what Alondra said. A marriage should be 100, because
Yeah.
even when they giving less, you always supposed to give 100. So you give your best self. That's what you vowed to do. You didn't say I will do it if you do it. You said I vow to do it. So sometimes you got to save the marriage or save that person, or they be afraid to tell you. And when you bring it out, they finally just be like, whoo, and then they tell you everything. You work from there, build the trust, back up, and they see that they could trust you. Maybe they scared to tell you some stuff. It just do it the right way so you can have a clear conscience, because you're gonna have to deal with enough anyway, and having to break up if that's it, or build it back up. Why add more? It's just
You can
it
just
becomes
tell the
messy.
But that's why it goes back to what I say all the time. I feel like people's communication and
Yeah,
relationships are not there, because
right.
if we had communication the way it's supposed to be, you should be able to tell your partner everything and
Right.
not worried about them judge you or anything, because you know that they're not going to judge you. So
Right.
you should be able to tell your spouse every single thing. You shouldn't feel like you have to hide anything. If you have to hide something from your spouse, to me, that's not your person. That's not your person.
I wouldn't say that. It's things that I didn't tell him, but y'all knew, and I would tell y'all first.
Oh,
It's because you always going to be new. Just like if you have to tell your best friend something or your kid something, and it's a territory you're unfamiliar with, it's something new that come up. you don't exactly know how to start the conversation or something like that. And then the more you go through things and the more you navigate life, your trust gets stronger and stronger. It's easy to trust somebody when you're saying, if this happened, I will do that. But then once you start going through stuff and you see how you can trust each other and you work through it, then you become more comfortable. Sometimes for some people. It could go either way. So sometimes you need to pull it out of the other person. And it's simply by saying, hey, I feel like this is happening. I'm glad you brought that up. I've been meaning to talk about, and they just run off the whole thing. So, but it shouldn't happen all the time. Like you shouldn't have to
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen all the time. And that's why I said everything is not 50-50. But I guess in this day and time, it probably will never be.
No, sometimes you're gonna be 100 and they're gonna be 0, and sometimes
That
you're gonna be
80-20,
-0.
yeah.
Yeah. It depends. It depends.
30.
Because when we got PMS, we definitely -0 sometimes. When you pregnant, you -2 sometimes, and they still gotta show up. You know, like it's just regular things that could happen with. So in life. But that's why you don't put yourself in those kind of situations. This one, I really don't understand, bro. It screams deception to me because what exactly would be a good reason not to tell your partner, hey, I have a property. This is the mortgage. I don't understand.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like people don't be, you for real you gotta pay to do a background check now. Because you need to know everything. You can't just Google their name. You got to do a paid background check because people lie too much. Yeah. People really lie too much, and it don't be no reason. It was no
trying to get over.
Sorry about that.
Somebody always trying to get over on somebody. That's why the only thing I could think is you wanted to make her pay what the going rate for rent was, and y'all was pocketing her money, or she was helping y'all pay off y'all property. And you was going to stay there longer than normal, like not go get your own place because you was going to say, oh, let's just stay here. Oh, let's just stay here and keep paying off for you and your mom. Meanwhile, your wife not invested and you don't care about getting something with her. Like you're going to be straight. If y'all get a divorce, you're going to have somewhere, but then she won't have somewhere, you know? Like it just screams deception.
I'll be going to court for that. Like you about to run me back all my money. You about to run me back, or you gonna give me half. Like you not about to play in my face like that. So that was our main topic for tonight.
That's cold.
Girl, cold-blooded.
That's cold.
So that's our main topic for tonight. Like I say all the time, I want other people to come on here to talk about experiences that they have and stuff that's going on. I want people to feel more comfortable being able to be in front of a camera, because a lot of people are saying that they just scared to be in front of the camera. And I could understand, because when I first started my podcast, I was scared to be in front of the camera too. And I don't know why, because there's not nobody in front of you. But some people are like that. But it's so much stuff that we could talk about that really needs to be said. I have one of my friends coming on probably in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about politics, because all y'all need to know exactly and understand what's going on with this Trump administration and what we as Black people, not even as Black people, we as Americans, what we need to do to be prepared for all the stuff that's about to go down, like for real. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have that. It probably have to be, that one probably gonna have to be a pre-recorded show, because she has a real busy schedule. But I really want all of us to know how to prepare for what's about to come forward with this Trump administration. I really need everybody to know. And then I have my closing. Asia, do you have something to say?
Start having more conversations and start communicating using real words, not like I'm feeling some kind of way, or saying you're okay when you're not, especially with your partner, your best friends, and your family. It's really important to be honest and to be truthful, and then to look in the mirror sometimes and see if there's something that triggered it that may not be that person. That way you don't take things out on other people either. But we have to learn how to regulate our emotions, especially right now, because we're about to go through a lot, and
And get therapy. Get therapy.
Please get your kids some therapy. If there's an absentee father, no more is the excuse going to be good. Well, he didn't have a dad in the home. No more excuses for boys, because look at where it got us now. That generation that excuse was okay for, look at where it got us now. How many people going to keep losing people? It's not right. At a certain point, we are responsible. So let's think of solutions and stop being embarrassed to get your kids help. We all need help. It's inevitable.
We all, that's what I'm saying. I wholeheartedly feel, I tell everybody all the time, get therapy. If you're scared to get therapy, write something down in the journal. But I think more people are willing to get therapy now than they were back in the days. I think everybody needs to get therapy nowadays. It's not how we thought it was back in the days. Find you a therapist that you can trust, and sometimes that's all you need to let that out. They can't tell nobody nothing by law. If they can, then you have a settlement check coming. You have a settlement check coming.
As long as you're not going to do harm to somebody, or you have not, anything, but they will tell you what the disclosures are. But yes, you can tell a therapist dang near anything. So,
and they can't tell nobody by law. And so my closing quote that I have, because I always have to think of something positive. Please wear your good clothes this year. The occasion is you. So I need all of y'all to start dressing up. Wear all your good clothes this year, because the occasion is you. You are the occasion. Start dressing up, looking fly, going out. You're the occasion. Celebrate your own self. Even if don't nobody else want to celebrate you, you can celebrate your own self. Quit waiting for other people to celebrate you. Wear your best clothes. The occasion is you. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'll see you guys next week. And Asia, where can we find you?
You can find me on Melanin Madam on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. My shows are Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I throw in little sprinkles here and there.
Right. Okay, so have a good Wednesday night and have a great weekend, everybody.
Happy Hump Day.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona.